I have your Lordship's permission to commence the proceedings of the court.
The Honorable Chief Justice of India, Honorable Judges of the Supreme Court, my colleague law officers, my senior Mr. Sibal, President, Supreme Court Bar Association and office bearers of SCBA, my friend Mr. Vipin Nair, President of SCORA and office bearers of SCORA, learned senior advocates and family members of Sri Davinder Singh Bali, Sri Jitendra Sharma and Sri Pradeep Kumar De. We have gathered here today on this occasion to honor the lives and cherish the memories and contributions of three remarkable figures in the legal profession. We mark their passing with profound respect and sadness and remember them with the sincere hope that their legacies will continue to abide with us. Sri Davinder Singh Bali. Sri Bali was an exceptional individual, a distinguished legal luminary, a passionate cricketer, and a gifted poet. Born on 17 September 1938 in the village Kot Duni Chand, Tehsil and district Lahore, now in Pakistan, Sri Bali received his early education at DAV High School in Lahore. Following the partition of 1947, he relocated to Karnal, Haryana with his family and he graduated from Dayal Singh College in Haryana. He began his practice in Karnal where his tireless dedication, ethical standards and sharp intellect quickly gained him respect. His reputation grew steadily and he was appointed a public prosecutor in Karnal and Hisar. In 1972, Sri Bali shifted his practice to the Honorable Punjab and Haryana High Court, where his stature continued to rise. In recognition of his outstanding legal acumen, the Honorable High Court designated him as a senior advocate. Sri Bali's life was not defined by law alone, and therefore to remember him merely through the device of courtroom anecdotes would be to do him this service. He had deep passion for cricket, a gentleman's sport that is often as much about character as it is about skill. Sri Davinder Singh Bali represented Punjab in Ranji Trophy, a feat that speaks to both his athletic activities and his leadership. See, Bali's life was a vibrant tapestry woven with many threads. One of the most beautiful and profound threads in this tapestry was his love for Urdu literature. Under the pen name Daman, Sri Bali became a well-known poet and author. His poetry, particularly his nazms and ghazals, resonated with readers across the country. His book Khayal-e-Daman, released in November 25, which featured a foreword by the esteemed former Chief Justice of India, Sri T.S. Thakur. Sri Bali's legacy lives on in his family. He is survived by his wife, Srimati Simran Bali, three daughters, one of whom, Mrs. Shalu Sharma, is our colleague at the bar and continues the family legacy as an advocate on record in this honorable court. His son is also our colleague, Sri Salil Dev Singh Bali, who practices before Punjab and Haryana High Court, and they have grandchildren Jaiveer and Lakshya. Sri Jitendra Sharma. Born on 13 December 1934 in Haryana, Sri Sharma's journey is a shining testament to the power of hard work, humility, and determination. From an early age, he exhibited an insatiable passion for law, which he undoubtedly inherited from his father, a revered veteran lawyer at the Supreme Court of India. After graduating, Sri Sharma enrolled with the bar in March 1962, marking the beginning of a distinguished career. He quickly rose to prominence as an advocate on record in this honorable court. Known for his meticulousness, his professional approach, and his unwavering commitment to his clients, Sri Sharma earned respect and admiration of his peers across the nation. Sri Sharma's devotion to his work was exemplified in his commitment to ameliorating the distress of the working class, and he became a pillar of support for the vibrant trade union movement, representing workers in critical cases before this honorable court, various high courts, and tribunals. He was designated as a senior advocate in 1994. Sri Sharma was also vice president of Supreme Court Bar Association, where he worked tirelessly to support his colleagues and ensure that interests of the bar were upheld while maintaining the highest degree of integrity and professionalism. His passion for justice extended beyond national borders, particularly in the realm of international law. He was deeply involved with the International Association of Democratic Lawyers, an NGO with consultative status with UNESCO. He held several positions and ultimately he was elected as the first Indian President Emeritus of International Association of Democratic Lawyers. Sri Sharma is survived by his wife, Mrs. Surinder Sharma, his son Pratik Sharma, who now resides in the United Kingdom, and his nephew, Arjun Jaiswal, who continues his legacy with the legal profession. Sri Pradeep Kumar Dey. Sri Pradeep Kumar Dey was a man whose contribution to law, public welfare, and the betterment of society were immeasurable. Sri Dey needs no formal introduction, for his legacy lives on in this court and in the hearts of those who had the privilege of knowing him, including myself. Born on 31st of January 54 in Bareilly, Sri Sharma hailed from a family rooted in values and integrity. On 27 July 1978, his early career began, and he spent his legal acumen in District Court of Bareilly, where he laid the foundation for a career that would soon blossom into one of great significance. His sharp legal acumen and unwavering commitment to justice did not go unnoticed, and it was during this time that he caught the attention of none other than the doyen of the bar, late Sri Ram Jethmalani. In 1989, Sri Sharma moved to New Delhi to join the chambers of Sri Ram Jethmalani, where he worked tirelessly for 8 years from 89 to 96. His true calling, however, lay in the noble realm of legal activism, where he helped shape the law for social change. One of the many PILs he championed, one of the case was Mahila Dakshita Samiti versus State of Uttar Pradesh, where he challenged the forced eviction of scheduled caste persons from their land, stands as a testament to his commitment to protecting the marginalized and the voiceless. In another case filed in his own name, PK Day versus State of Uttar Pradesh, he fought for the release of prisoners who had served over 30 years of imprisonment, embodying his unwavering belief in justice and human dignity. From 97 to 2000, he served as an additional public prosecutor before the High Court of Delhi, further cementing his reputation as a man of principle and dedication. He also served as a special counsel for National Investigating Agency and a Group A counsel for the Union of India. In addition to his advocacy and service to the public, Sri Dey's commitment to justice was also evident in his work as amicus curiae in several significant matters of national importance. He was appointed as an amicus curiae by the Honorable Delhi High Court in case of Court on its own motion versus Dhanraj, which related to 1984 Sikh riots. Sri Dey also authored several books which are being used by the lawyers and judges across the board. Sri Dey's legal prowess was matched by his deep sense of humility and compassion. Despite not marrying, Sri Pradeep Dey took on the responsibility of nurturing several children, ensuring they received a quality education as a strong foundation in values that he himself held dear. He is survived by his nephew Kaushik Dey and niece Shilpi Dey, both of whom have followed in his footsteps to become lawyers, ensuring that his legacy continues in the legal profession. My lords, on behalf of the learned Attorney General, on behalf of my colleague law officers, and on behalf of the central government, I offer my condolences to the family members and pray for the departed souls. Thank you.
My Lord, the Chief Justice of India, Shri Sanjeev Khanna, Honorable Judges of the Supreme Court of India, my friend, the Solicitor General of India, Tushar Mehta ji, Vice President of the Supreme Court Bar Association, Secretary of the Supreme Court Bar Association, members of the Executive Committee, President of the Supreme Court Advocates on Record Association, Vipin Nair ji, Secretary and office bearers and members of the Executive of the Advocates on Record Association, senior advocates, my colleagues at the bar, the families who are gathered here today. The history of our great republic is full of stories. not yet told, and some that may never be told, of bravery, resilience, empathy, camaraderie. Embedded in the partition of India, the tragic tales of lives lost, of dreams shattered, and of families torn asunder. Some unfortunate victims failed to get up and walk, while others confronted adversity with courage and equanimity. They emerged from their traumatic experiences not with bitterness, but with hope in their hearts, transforming their pain into a lifelong commitment towards building a future for themselves and for their country. Today, we remember three brave souls who epitomized a life of service and perseverance, placing their families and the community of citizens before their own desires and needs. Their acts of service urge us to look beyond individual glory and remember the noble deeds of noble souls which do credit to our profession. For they, with their moral strength, relentlessly pursued the cause of justice in service of the community. Davinder Singh Bali was born on September 17, 1938, in Kot Dhunichand, a village near Lahore, to a landowning family. The easy comfort of his early childhood years was shattered by the unspeakable violence of partition, which began spreading across his hometown. Like millions of refugees engulfed by the prevailing insanity, his family too had to flee overnight, with nothing but a prayer for providence to come to their rescue. In the chaos and turbulence of their sudden flight, young Davinder was separated from his family in a train station. While his parents reached Karnal, the young 10-year-old child was left behind all alone to face the horrors he was witness to. In India, his parents made frantic efforts to find their child. Clutching at hope against all odds, they went from one relief camp to another, searching amongst hallowed eyed faces to find their boy. On the other side, young Davinder was determined to be the master of his fate. And with indefatigable resilience, he made his way across the border on his own. The parents and child were miraculously reunited 2 weeks later, and thus began the family's new chapter of life, a second chance provided by the benevolent hand of fate. Young Davinder did his schooling at Karnal, while his family got land in lieu of their holdings in Lahore. He was an avid sportsman and played for Ranji Trophy for Punjab in the early 60s when he was 22 years old. He did his graduation from the Dayal Singh College in Delhi University. His LLB, he started his practice as an advocate at Karnal and continued as a public prosecutor at Karnal and Hisar. And I go on to say the kinds of cases that he appeared in and the mark that he made in the course of his profession. Before the High Court of Punjab and Haryana, he appeared before various three-judge benches and contributed towards the development of law. In state of Haryana versus Mehal Singh, the High Court upheld his submission that a final report under 173(2) would not be deemed to be incomplete when the police failed to append police reports or reports of experts, which were still awaited. In Bhagat Singh, Sohan Singh versus Om Sharma, the High Court accepted his argument that amounts paid by the insurance company would not be taken into consideration when computing computation for motor vehicles accidents. Lower part, Davinder was a sports buff and had a number of hobbies. He was a member of the High Court and Punjab and Haryana cricket team, which he captained with success. Such was his love for Urdu that he authored several books in Urdu poetry under his pen name Daman. His published Nazams and Ghazals received public acclaim. The foreword for one of his books, Khayal-e-Daman, was written by the former Chief Justice of India, Justice T.S. Thakur. He was also the charter president of NGO Lions Club Chandigarh Central, which is involved in various service projects like arranging for free artificial limbs of persons with disabilities, free eye operation camps, and blood donation camps. Today, we are joined by his family, his wife, Simrat Bali, his 3 daughters and 1 son. 2 of his children followed in his footsteps in the legal profession. His daughter Shalu Sharma is an advocate on record in this court, and his son Salil Dev Singh Bali is practicing advocate before the Punjab and Haryana High Court. We offer our sincere condolences to his family in this time of grief. Jitendra Sharma. To represent the rich and the powerful is an easy and lucrative option. Such clients have resources and deep pockets. To be wedded to the cause of the poor, the less privileged, is a noble calling. We owe a debt of gratitude to those who have spent their professional careers protecting the weak and the hapless. Jitendra Sharma was a man who did this with relentless zeal. A man of steadfast principles, he was a staunch believer in the dignity and worth of every person. He defended with passionate advocacy the rights of workers throughout his illustrious career. This zeal for justice was his armor right from his student days when he was actively involved in left student politics in Delhi University. He became a member of the CPI, but being an action-oriented person, he eschewed a life in politics and chose to follow the example of his father, the late Janardhan Sharma, who was also an advocate of this court, to fight for the voiceless and the marginalized. He was a born leader and used his razor-sharp intellect to building solidarity for such causes amongst lawyers through tireless efforts in establishing and institutionalizing various lawyers' associations. After graduating from the Faculty of Law, Delhi University, Jitendra started his practice in Delhi from the early 60s. He championed the causes of the underdog and fought for them in every turn, even if this entailed potentially taking a stand against the state. From the word go, he devoted himself to and worked diligently to expand workers' rights in cases emerging from the inevitable conflict between capital and labor. His clients were workmen who faced arbitrary orders of termination, retirees who were denied due pensions, unions who were silenced from voicing their concerns. He fought several cases on behalf of the All India Trade Union Congress. His goal was to shape the development of the law in a way that reflected the constitutional promise of justice. His people-centric approach is one we all admired and imbibed, recognizing outstanding contributions to the law. He was designated as a senior advocate on the 11th of May, 1994. He perfected this art in turbulent times where Indian jurisprudence was freshly adapting to a changing social, economic, and political order. Environmental protection had become a pressing issue, and this was then followed by an era of globalization that fell heavily on the existing regime of labor law. In this, it was at this critical juncture that Shri Jitendra made his mark. In Gammon, India versus Niranjan Das, Jitendra Sharma successfully got an order not only for reinstatement of the workers, but also for payment of back wages, including bonuses, if any, paid during the period with interest at the rate of 12% on all arrears. In Dena Bank, as amicus, he was asked to interpret whether the expression full wages last drawn under 17B of the Industrial Dispute Act means wages drawn by a workman at the time of termination of his employment or wages which he would have drawn on the date of the award. Shri Jitendra proposed that the expression should be interpreted to mean wages that would have been drawn on the date of the award of reinstatement. His proposed interpretation demonstrated a pragmatic understanding of the limitations that often plague our legal system. He highlighted to this court that a long-drawn litigation has an uneven impact on workmen as opposed to an employer, and that the intent inherent in the section had been to protect the workmen. And I go on to refer several other cases. In 1991, despite a seismic shift in the economic trajectory of a liberalized India, Shri Jitendra Sharma held steadfast to his beliefs. This, however, did not mean that he was dogmatic. To the contrary, he enjoyed debating ideas and happily immersed himself in long conversations on economic and political affairs. Many years later, he would continue this dialogue with his son Pratik, who was attracted by the new economic landscape, providing fresh opportunities for the aspiring young. His son finally took up a career in finance in Switzerland. Divergent as his choice may have been from his own path, Shri Sharma did not persuade his son to follow his footsteps. He supported his son's endeavors and shared in the joy of his successes. Shri Sharma's belief in collective action extended beyond his cases, and he actively involved himself in legal associations at the national and international level, as the solicitor has mentioned. But the one important thing is that there is a non-government organization of international repute, it is the IADL in South Africa, which spanned across 139 countries, and even today shares a consultative status with ECOSOC and UNESCO. Shri Sharma has shared the stage with the likes of Fidel Castro and Nelson Mandela. And upon becoming President Emeritus of the organization upon his retirement, his name has been immortalized on the IADL website alongside these great men. Throughout the mid-80s and up to 2010, Sharma was also an active member of the Indian Association of Lawyers, where he served as president. In his tenure as president, he represented the organization in various international conferences. He also served, as the solicitor mentioned, as our vice president of the Bar Association. But I remember working with him sometimes across, but his character was as straight as his spine. He had enormous moral fiber with which he led his life. And that's something that we admire. Shri Sharma epitomized humility, sincerity, and perseverance, and his firm belief in social justice can be traced across many of his endeavors. This included bringing together lawyers, judges, and academicians to strengthen the ethos of the Indian legal system. Shri Sharma was deeply loved by his family, friends, and colleagues. He is survived by his wife, Surendra, his son, Pratik, and his family. He is left behind much to be remembered by, and his contributions have left an indelible mark in the legal ethos of this country. We offer our sincere condolences to his family in the time of grief. Pradeep Kumar Dey. Pradeep Kumar Dey was no ordinary person. The story of his life is a story of a man who was deeply compassionate and imbued with a zeal to confront the vicissitudes of life with courage and determination. His life was a testament to the power of perseverance, integrity, and service to others. In 1948, Shri Pradeep Dey's parents found themselves swept by the violence that marred the subcontinent during the turbulent days of the partition. The family, torn from their home, were forced to endure the perilous journey from East Bengal to Uttar Pradesh. Though they lost their possessions, the loved ones who came across alive were a gift more precious than the wealth of their belongings. The importance of keeping the family together was a value that Shri Dey would embrace as the defining philosophy of his life. Without much to live on, Shri Dey's father secured a job in the Indian Railways, and the family made Bareilly their new home. Young Pradeep Ray was born in 1954, the third son in the family. The family would go on to have 8 children who lived together in a close-knit joint family and stayed in Bareilly. Shri Dey's illustrious career spanned over 4 decades, during which he emerged as a highly respected and accomplished legal professional. He completed his BSc in Bareilly and enrolled with the Bar of Uttar Pradesh on July 27, 1978. Beginning his practice in the district court with his mentor, Shri Bankesh Bihari Mathur, he dedicated a decade to mastering the nuances of trial and procedural law before moving to Delhi in 1988. He then joined the chambers of one of the greatest lawyers, the irrepressible Ram Jethmalani. He then practiced before the Supreme Court of India and the Delhi High Court. What began as a simple aspiration to practice law soon became a lifelong passion for upholding the rule of law. His expertise was vast and diverse, encompassing criminal, constitutional, service, taxation, family laws, and those relating to armed forces and customs. Amongst the many notable cases he worked on were landmark judgments such as K.R. Singh versus Union of India and Lalita Kumari versus the government of Uttar Pradesh. Shri Dey was known for his meticulous preparation and unwavering commitment to excellence. Whether working on high-profile cases or pro bono matters, he approached every assignment with the same level of dedication and diligence. His colleagues often remarked on his ability to distill complex legal arguments into clear, compelling narratives that resonated with judges and clients alike. But he was always humble and well-grounded. He was a firm believer in the principle that law should serve as a tool for justice and equality, not as an instrument of privilege. Beyond his professional accomplishments, Shri Dey's legacy is defined in his unwavering commitment to pro bono work and social justice. He firmly believed that access to justice should not be determined by one's financial means, and he dedicated a significant portion of his career to represent underprivileged and marginalized people. Shri Dey was not merely an advocate of law, but a champion of humanity. His commitment to justice transcended the courtroom. One of his most impactful contributions was his work with the National Commission for Women, where he served as an honorary consultant. In this role, he investigated cases of dowry debts, bride burning, child abuse, often waiving his fee to ensure that victims received the reparation they deserved. He also appeared in numerous public interest litigations, such as the solicitors mentioned, Mahila Dakshita Samiti. Dey's compassion extended to prisoners who had been forgotten by the system. This is important. In cases like P.K. Dey versus the state of Orissa, he personally took up the quest to release prison inmates who had served over 15 to 30 years in jail. His efforts not only secured their freedom, but also highlighted the need for systemic reforms in the criminal justice system. Shri Dey was known for his composed manner and working nature. He worked almost 18 hours a day. The only thing he was more devoted to than the law was his family. He believed in the power of familial bonds and the importance of lifting others' values to be exemplified every day. Though he never married, he was a father figure to all his family. When his brother Prabir Kumar Dey, and this is important, passed away in a traffic fire in 1987, he took on the role of mentoring and supporting his nephew Apurva and his niece Monica. He funded their studies in India and abroad, and both are now well settled. His generosity did not stop there. Dey was a big believer in education, and he financially supported studies for each of his 14 nieces and nephews. He ensured that his 4 sisters were married to loving families. Shri Dey's example is a great testimony to the best aspects of the joint family system, where family is the source of support and solace throughout one's life. Beyond his immediate family, he educated thousands of underprivileged children, often providing financial assistance and mentorship to help them achieve their dreams. He left a significant grant in his will of a sum of not less than a few crores for the education of the girl child. He has donated his entire foreign book collection to the Supreme Court Bar Library. His generosity knew no bounds, and his actions were driven by a genuine desire to make the world a better place. For those who had the privilege of knowing Dey, his warmth, humility, and generosity were as remarkable as his legal acumen. He was a mentor to many a young advocate, sharing his knowledge freely and encouraged them to do well. Shri Dey's contributions extended to broader legal community as well. Then I talk of a few instances. As we reflect on the life of Pradeep Dey, we are reminded of the profound impact one individual can have on the lives of many. Life is a saga in which you hear little about great souls who come and go, contributing to the life of the nation without making a grand show of it. These are little stories which show us the nobility of human beings and their dedication to helping others. Shri Dey's life was a beacon of hope and inspiration, of rising from a humble beginning and carrying people along with him on that great journey. He is survived by his 3 brothers, Chanchal, Sandeep, and Shantanu, 3 sisters, Purnima, Nandi, Sunita, Iti Mishra, as well as his nieces and nephews, Kaushik, Shobik, Shilpi, Apurva, Monica, Karunesh, and Shriti. We offer our sincere condolences to you in this time of grief, as you mourn not only the loss of a dear loved one, but also the comfort of a trusted father figure. May the souls of these departed human beings rest in peace.
Sister and brother judges, Shri Tushar Mehta, Solicitor General of India, Shri Kapil Sibal, President Supreme Court Bar Association, Mr. Vipin Nair, President Supreme Court Advocates and Record Association, members of the bar, families of senior advocates Shri Ravinder Singh Bali, Shri Jatendra Sharma, and Shri P.K. Dey. Today we are gathered to pay homage to 3 distinguished senior advocates who walked these storied corridors. The loss of senior advocates Shri Ravinder Singh Bali, Shri Jatendra Sharma, and Shri P.K. Dey has left this bar poorer, because each one of them was unique and had contributed in their own way to the art of profession. In law schools, we learn about 7 lamps of advocacy. Shri Bali, Shri Sharma, and Shri Dey are amongst those whose lives embodied these 7 lamps: honesty, courage, industry, wit, eloquence, judgment, and fellowship. Their honesty served as a guiding compass, sheep-shedding each decision and grounding their advocacy in integrity. Their courage propelled them to champion justice, even in most daunting of circumstances. Their industry stood as a testament to relentless dedication and meticulous preparation. Their wit brought about sharpness and levity to their arguments, simplifying even most complex issues. Their eloquence elevated advocacy to an art with words that resonated persuasively. Their judgment reflected a rare balance of wisdom and pragmatism, shaping strategies both insightful and effective. Their fellowship enriched the bar, fostering collaboration, mentorship, camaraderie that strengthened the profession. They remind us of that true advocacy is as much about character as about the skill. Let us take a moment to recognize the contributions of these fine senior advocates. Shri Devinder Singh Bali. Shri D.S. Bali was born in Kot Kundi Chand, Lahore in 1938. During partition, his family relocated to Karnal, Haryana, and where he pursued his education before earning a degree in law from Delhi University. Shri D.S. Bali's career began in Karnal as a public prosecutor. In 1972, he elevated his practice to Punjab and Haryana High Court. Due to his expertise, he was designated as a senior advocate in 1989. He undoubtedly had a brilliant legal mind, but he adorned many other hats. His altruistic skills manifested in his leadership of the Lions Club, Chandigarh Central, where he spearheaded community initiatives, including artificial limb camps, eye operation camps, and blood donation camps. Beyond his legal passes, D.S. Bali was a Renaissance man. He distinguished himself as an accomplished athlete, captaining the High Court cricket team and representing Punjab in Ranji Trophy. His artistic soul found his expression in Udri poetry, writing under the pseudonym Daman. He authored several books, and his nazms and ghazals were published regularly. One such works, Khayal-e-Daman, garnered widespread acclaim. Through this multifaceted contributions to law, literature, sports, and humanitarian service, D.S. Bali exemplified a life well lived. Today, we are joined by his wife, Mrs. Simrat Bali, his daughters Shalu Sharma and Dr. Ninu Mittal, his son Salil Bali, and other beloved family members. Shri Tatendra Sharma. Shri Tatendra Sharma was born in 1934 in a village in Haryana. He completed his education at Ramjas School and later at Delhi University. He was enrolled as a member of the bar in 1962. Subsequently, he expanded his practice to the Supreme Court as an advocate on record, and he was designated as a senior advocate in 1994. As a Secretary General and later as the President of International Association of Democratic Lawyers, an NGO recognized by the United Nations Economic and Social Council and UNESCO, he advocated for peace and human rights across more than 100 countries, and eventually earned the title of Professor Emeritus. He also held key positions as the president of both Indian Association of Lawyers and Confederation of Lawyers of Asia and Pacific. He was ably contributed to the bar by serving as its vice president of the Supreme Court Bar Association from 1991 to 1993. Owing to his proficiency, Sri Sharma was invited to preside over several international conferences. In his 55-year legal career, Sri Sharma was known for his exceptional work ethics and principled choices, often taking cases based on merit rather than fee. He was a gifted conversationalist and remained approachable to everyone. His commitment to helping others, especially those in need and workers, defined his practice till his passing away on October 16, 2024. Through his work in law and human rights advocacy, Sri Sharma built a legacy that bridged the local courtrooms and global human rights forums. We are joined by his wife, Dr. Sunindra Sharma, his son, Mr. Pratik Sharma, and dear family members. Shri P.K. Day. Shri Pradeep Kumar De was a distinguished advocate whose influence extended far beyond the courtrooms. He was enrolled as a member of the Bar Council of Uttar Pradesh in 1978, began his practice in the district courts of Bareilly, then shifted to the high courts of Delhi and Allahabad, and also the Supreme Court. Shri De's practice spanned civil, criminal, constitutional, taxation, labor, company, and service law. He took up many cases pro bono and was also appointed amicus curiae in many instances due to his intellect and integrity. Renowned for his affable and kind nature, he was adored at the bar. He had earned the epithet of Ukkal Kaku or Vakil Chacha from youngsters. Despite the rigors of demanding legal career, his commitment to the education of children is commendable. He directly supported over 1,000 children from underprivileged backgrounds, turning his home into a space where learning flourished and potential was realized. Shri De, having suffered loss of his brother early in his life, he built brick by brick a practice dedicated to the service of others, while at the same time shouldering family responsibilities. Shri De saw knowledge as a gift that gained the true value when shared. With utmost dedication, he gave freely his time and resources, ensuring others had the tool to thrive and succeed. Despite his achievement, Mr. P.K. De lived simply. His legacy lives on through countless lives he has touched. We are joined today by his brothers, Mr. Chanchal Kumar De and Mr. Shantanu Ghosh, and other cherished family members and friends. On behalf of my sister and brother judges and court staff, I convey our heartfelt gratitude to the service rendered by these distinguished senior advocates. To the family of Sri Davendra Kumar Bali, Sri Jitendra Sharma, and Sri P.K. De, their spirit lives through the paths they had pioneered and values they had cherished. We honor them by following the principles that guided their journey. May their souls rest in peace. May I now request you all to stand up and observe 2 minutes silence in the memory of Sri late Davendra Kumar Bali, Senior Advocate, late Sri Jitendra Sharma, Senior Advocate, and late Sri Pradeep Kumar Ray, Senior Advocate. The court will assemble for regular work at 11:30.